The day was the 9th of October 1972. Four friends decided to explore a small, infrequently visited water-filled cave. The cave was in a large pine forest on their way back to Adelaide, Australia. Unfortunately, not everything had gone as planned on that tragic day. Death Cave, also known as Alleyns Cave, is a small sinkhole that contains very clear water which looked inviting to the party. The group consisted of 17-year-old Ron, Sandra 18, Christopher 17, and Dave of 39 years. Ron, Sandra, and Christopher have a diving experience of 1 to 2 years, and Dave had the most experience of about 15 years. None of them, however, were experienced cave divers. The group had just completed a weekend of safe club diving in other underwater sinkholes and were on their way back to Adelaide. On the way, they decided to have a quick look at what they thought to be a small cave, which was rumored to be about 20 meters deep. The four divers entered the water with full tanks, but they left the safety guideline that they usually used inside the car, as they did not intend to go in very far. They had also heard that there were most probably no significant underwater extensions leading off from the main entry chamber. After swimming around in the shallows for about 5 minutes, checking out the low areas around the walls, the group swam down the side of the main silt mound to the west of the entrance and explored the only relatively open area they had found. There, between some big boulders at a depth of 6 meters, they found a low flat passage that went in for some distance. Dave, being the leader of the team, indicated to the others that he was going to go in for a short distance to check it out. As Dave went into this 1 meter high, 3 meter wide silty passage, Ron followed him, and then the others went in too. They swam for about 6 meters past several constrictions and came up into a larger cavern that contained crystal clear water. Ron looked back to watch the others come through the entrance and noticed that the passage was now completely silted out as a result of their disturbing the soft, deep mud on the floor of the passage as they came through. He became very concerned about this and felt that they should not waste any time looking around the large chamber. They immediately started to look for the exit passage in an effort to beat the silt from totally obscuring their vision. Tragically, they were already too late. As they swam back to near the entrance passage and searched for the way out, they disturbed even more silt in the process. The mud billowed up like a huge dark explosion and the entire chamber quickly turned to blackness, so complete that they couldn't see their torches when they put them up to their masks. Horrified, they all realized that they were in mortal danger. For the next half hour or so they desperately tried to find their way out of the silt trap. During this, Ron bumped into another diver and grabbed hold of him, and through the murky water near the roof of the chamber he saw that he had found Dave, only to lose touch with each other when they descended together to search for the exit. Ron also heard a diver tapping on an air cylinder, and later heard what appeared to be a regulator free-flowing, but he could not find either of these divers. On one occasion when he was trying to squeeze through a restriction, he lost his regulator, but soon he managed to relocate it. With time quickly running out, Ron prayed for his survival and kept searching for the exit. Soon afterward, he came across the motionless body of another diver, which was lying face down. In growing distress, he left the body and continued to feel around the walls, and then found that he was having trouble inhaling. As Ron pulled his reserve air lever, he knew that death was only minutes away. Miraculously, Ron suddenly noticed a dim green circle of light overhead. He immediately swam up. He was now out to safety. He quickly informed the authorities about the situation. Next, he went back down to the water's edge and tried to rescue others out of the cave by tapping on his cylinder. Tragically, none of them will ever return. The bodies of Ron's friends were recovered the next day by professional diver Mac Laurie, who sadly is also a good personal friend of Dave's. Mac used hookah diving, a process that consists of a battery or gas-powered air compressor that delivers air through a long hose called a down line, to the diver under the water. Mac, with a 5-hour air supply in the very dangerous operation, recovered the bodies of David, Sandra, and finally Christopher. Mac got stuck numerous times, and while Dave's body was found only a short distance in, Chris and Sandy were found together in a narrow dead-end passage at the far end of the main chamber. They must have mistaken it for the exit passage. If the group had taken in a guideline, they would probably have survived. The cave was subsequently closed for sport diving and is today covered with a gated block of concrete. If you have made it this far, I want to thank you for watching. If you want to support us, leave us a like, share, or comment your thoughts below. And if you enjoy stories related to true crime, unfortunate events, horrors, and mysteries, make sure you subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our uploads. Until then, see you next time.